Hey, it's Chrissy. I'm here in Manhattan on the east side, and I'm on my way to meet Dan. We are in a very Indian section of town, so we're going to be getting some dinner, and then I'm going to go show you one of my favorite stores in Manhattan, which is called Kalustyans, where they exclusively sell like spices and seasonings and stuff and condiments. It's the best place ever, so I'm really excited to show that to you.
So cool. I'm looking forward to that. Vlog.
Say hi.
Hi.
So this is cool. At this restaurant, they have like a traditional Indian menu. And then over here, they actually have like a British curry menu, which is cool. So we're starting out with samosas, and I put the ubiquitous Indian restaurant green sauce all over mine. How are they?
Really good.
Really good?
I have a tamarind sauce on mine.
And here's our meal. This is like a minced lamb with mint and what? Do you remember? No. Okay, so it's some sort of minced lamb. This is just some butter chicken. And then here's some rice, and I'm really excited about garlic naan because I was on this like cleanse thing this month where I wasn't really eating bread. So I knew tonight I wanted some garlic naan. This is very exciting, right? Okay, here it is. Just north of 28th Street is Kalustyans, and while they specialize in Indian and Middle Eastern spices, they really do have everything. Seriously, everything. Let's see some of the stuff they have. You know that weird stuff you'll see on ingredient lists that you can't pronounce? That's what this stuff is. I really like this section here. This is all the different types of spice mixtures for all sorts of different types of food, like pizza, crab cakes, you name it. And they also have spice mixes from every single country. Check out this diversity, you know, pizza shake next to African seasoning, next to Libyan seasoning, so cool. So this section here is mostly the Western spices, so the stuff you've heard of, like parsley, rosemary, thyme, stuff like that. And here's just a whole bunch of stuff that I've never heard of. Yeah, I have no idea what to do with most of the stuff. It's like weird herbs and roots and barks and yeah, no idea. Another favorite section of mine is the wall of curry powders from all the countries, of course. Very exciting. They also have all the different colors of peppercorns. They have an entire aisle just devoted to different types of flour. So if you don't eat gluten and want to find the flour that you want, they have them all here. That's all of them. They also have a million types of rice. So here's black rice here, green bamboo rice. Here's pink rice, which I've never had before. Here's red rice, which looks pretty cool. And then of course they have a lot of basmati rice, jasmine rice, sushi rice. Just rice all day. There's some more rice. Look all the way down there. That's also rice. Heaven. And then of course we have the wall of chili powders and dried chili peppers. Again, all the chilies, every country. Such a huge collection. It's extraordinary. That's the dried peppers over there. They also have other dried vegetables too, like eggplant. Never heard of that before. That's kind of cool. And then this is all the dried mushrooms they have. Lots of different types, all dried mushrooms. It's not even just spices. This is all vinegar. All these bottles, just different types of vinegar. And this is a wall of honey, because why not? And this is all of the hot sauces. Like, seriously, several hundreds of different kinds. So many hot sauces. Plus, they have snacks from around the world. That sounds like a really good flavor, but they don't have those here. Cool stuff. And then if you go upstairs, you can actually buy traditional Indian dishware and cookware, which is cool. So those beautiful dishes they have at your favorite Indian restaurant and tiffin boxes, they have it all here. And on your way out, make sure you pick up some yummy Middle Eastern pastries. This trip definitely exemplifies what I love about New York. You're just able to explore another culture just by taking the train somewhere. It's so neat to be able to do that. Like whenever you want. It's so cool. Hi! So I'm home now, so I thought I would show you what I got. But first, my cat's gonna walk in front of the camera. Go ahead. Thank you, sir. Now come this way. Alright. Alright. So, I'm gonna show you what we got. Stop it. Come on. Okay. Oh, so much stuff. Okay, so the first thing I got is these Cascabel chili peppers. And I use these to make chili powder, believe it or not. Bye. Thank you. So I use these to make chili powder along with ancho peppers and arbol peppers. And if you want that recipe, it's an Alton Brown recipe from a while ago, and I'll put a link to that below so that you can see it. Anyways, this is what these look like. They're Cascabel because they look like little like rattles or bells or something like that, and they're really, really good. All right, so I also got some dried parsley because I'm out of that. And oh, so I showed you all the curry powders I had from around the world, and I ran out of curry powder. Usually if I want a certain type of curry, I will just make my own curry powder because I have a spice grinder and I have all the spices that go into it. But if I need a recipe that just calls for curry powder, I ran out of that. So I had to pick between like the 30 different varieties of curry powders I had. And what I decided on today was this imperial curry powder. So this is a curry powder that's kind of like in the style of curries that people like to eat in like England, instead of curries that are actually from India. So I think if I'm looking for like a generic curry flavor, this would probably be my best bet. So I'm excited to try this and see what it tastes like. It's gonna be interesting. I shall let you know. What else did I get? Oh, this is good. So this is Filipino vinegar. This is Datu Puti, and it's like a clear vinegar, like white vinegar, but it has a much different taste. It's not nearly as like acidic and awful as regular American white vinegar. This is really essential in Filipino cooking because American white vinegar is just too, it's like too astringent to make things like adobo out of. Like it'll just end up too sour, and this gets you the right taste. So if you're ever gonna make Filipino food, this is your first choice in vinegar. I got it from Kalustyans today just because I don't live anywhere near a Filipino grocery store. So they have this at Kalustyans. So that's why I got it there. If I lived near a Filipino grocery store, I would have just gone there to get this, and it probably would have been cheaper, but that's okay. This should last me like maybe 3 batches of adobo, plus maybe a couple of like different pickled vegetables and stuff. So this stuff is really good. Let's see what else. And then we got onion powder. So they actually, at the store, they had this dried granulated onion, which you could see has the same consistency as like your McCormick onion powder. And then they also had like what they call onion powder, which was just like completely pulverized. It was like the same consistency as like a powdered sugar. And I was like, whoa, that might be a little too pulverized for me. So I went with the granulated, and this is kind of like the stuff that you have in your spice cabinet. And what else did I got? Oh, I got this Degi merch. This is a Indian chili powder that I need for a recipe from this book here, which is 660 curries. This is like the Indian cooking Bible. It's not a cookbook I use very often just because a lot of the ingredients I can only get at a store like Kalustyans. So when I realized I ran out of a bunch of spices and had to go there today, I quick opened up this book and picked out 2 recipes that I'm gonna try so that I could get the stuff I needed for it. So this is supposed to be like a super spicy chili powder, and I'll be using it to make chicken. Yeah, chicken. And then I ran out of cumin, so I got some more of that. And then I got oregano, and they actually had two types, Mexican and Greek. And this time I went with Greek just because I mostly use oregano in Italian dishes. So I went with Greek oregano. I think I currently have Mexican oregano because I bought it from my grocery store here in my neighborhood where there's a very large Mexican population. But I decided to go back to Greek because the taste is slightly different. And then I got some more marjoram. This is something I maybe use once every like 6 months. And I usually use it in the same recipe, which is goulash, I think. I use this to make goulash. So now that I have a lot of it, I hope to be able to use it more. It wasn't cheap. I mean, it was like the same price that you get like that little bottle at your grocery store at, but I got a whole bunch of it. So I need to figure out what to put this in because I have no clue. And then I got some basmati rice because I just ran out of that. I've been told that basmati rice is really good for people that suffer from like type 2 diabetes because it has like the lowest glycemic index of all the rices, of all like the commercial rices. And even at this store, they have a special basmati rice for diabetics. It's like labeled like that. So if you don't eat rice anymore because you have diabetes, they have rice for you at Kalustyans, which is really cool. And then the last thing I got, there's two more things. I got some tamarind concentrate. And I need this for an Indian recipe, but this is something that's used a lot in Thai cooking, and it's also used a lot in Filipino cooking as well, especially in my favorite Filipino dish, which is sinigang, which is like a tamarind pork soup. So I'm gonna first use this for Indian cooking and then figure out how to put it in my favorite soup, because I've never made it from scratch before. So we'll see how that goes. And then I also got some mango powder, and this is for a recipe from the 660 curries for like chickpeas. So this is gonna be weird, but I'm excited. And it says that you can also put it in, you can make a mango smoothie out of this stuff, which is pretty wild. Although you have to use a lot of it, 3 ounces of the mango powder. I only bought 2 ounces, so you might as well, for this price, just buy a mango and blend that up instead. But it also says here that you can mix 1 to 3 tablespoons with a glass of milk, juice, water, or with your favorite drink. So this would be like, I could probably make mango soda out of this really, really easily. So I will test that out, and maybe I'll do a video about homemade sodas you can make with various powders that you can get from Kalustyans. So anyways, that is everything that I got today. It was a really big run, and it's also because I don't go there very often, because I'm not in that section of town a lot. Although I wish I was, because all the restaurants over there are really, really good. So I hope that my video today inspired you to take a trip to the east side to check out this store. It is a really cool place, and if you're a foodie, you have to go there. They have everything. I think the only thing that I didn't find there when I was looking for it was truffle butter. They do not have truffle butter, but they have everything else. So please check it out, and I will see you in my next video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions you want to ask me, or if you have any comments about what I did today, then please write them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!